All right, welcome back, everyone. Today's episode is a bit spicy. We're talking about identity, nations, culture, religion, basically all the topics that get you uninvited from dinner parties.
Which is funny, because if identity is just something society makes up, then technically there is no dinner party. Just people acting like they're eating together.
See? This is why I brought you on. You make people uncomfortable instantly.
That's kind of my thing.
Let's start simple. What makes a country a country? Take Japan. The language, the customs, the food, the buildings, the way people greet each other. That didn't appear overnight. That's thousands of years of continuity, meaning things carried forward over time.
I don't deny that continuity exists. I just don't think it's sacred. From the left view, a nation is a living agreement between people. It's not about blood. It's about participation. If people live the culture, then they are the culture.
Okay, but here's the problem. If tomorrow 90% of Japan became non-ethnically Japanese, even if they spoke the language perfectly and followed every rule, would it still be Japan in a real sense?
Yes.
And that's where we split.
Why? Culture isn't genetic. You learn it.
Exactly. Learned. That's the issue. If culture is just something you copy, then it's like cosplay. There's no ownership, no inheritance, no duty. It's just vibes.
Cosplay sounds harsh.
But it's honest.
From a liberal point of view, humans aren't born with fixed identities. We act into them. That's freedom. You're not trapped by your ancestors.
But if you're always acting, then who are you? If I wake up tomorrow and decide to act differently, what holds me in place? Nothing. No roots, no duty, and no moral weight.
Why does identity need weight? Why not choice?
Because humans don't actually live like that. We need continuity, we need pride, we need sacrifice, we need history. My identity isn't just what I choose today. It's what I inherited, struggled through, and carried forward.
That sounds noble, but it can trap people in stories they didn't choose.
And your view erases stories altogether. That sounds freeing, until you realize you've erased meaning itself. Let me ask this plainly. If nations are just temporary arrangements, what did our grandfathers die for?
They died for the people alive at the time, not for forever.
That answer makes sense on paper, but on a human level, it's empty.
Why?
Because sacrifice assumes permanence. You don't give your life for something you believe will be thrown away when it becomes inconvenient. If a nation has no soul, then sacrifice becomes pointless kindness.
Or compassion without deeper meaning.
No, it's tragedy without meaning.
I'll admit, people don't emotionally experience it the way I describe it.
Because humans aren't spreadsheets. Here's where I think the left contradicts itself. You say culture is something anyone can join, but then there are boundaries you suddenly care a lot about.
Like what?
Language, symbols, historical trauma. There are things only certain groups are allowed to claim because of history.
That's about power, not essence.
But power comes from history. And when it comes to nations, you suddenly say history doesn't matter. You can't say ancestry is irrelevant, except when it helps your argument.
It's not essence. It's context.
Context is inheritance. You just don't like the word.
Let's talk morality. You say without God, morality is just opinion enforced by power.
Because it is.
That's too cynical. We base morality on reducing harm, respecting dignity, and consent.
Says who?
Society.
Exactly. Whoever holds power decides. That's not morality, that's management. When power changes, the truth changes.
Religion hasn't exactly stopped tyranny.
No, but it places limits above humans. Without that, the only thing stopping domination is other humans who want the same things.
You say humans are greedy and dangerous. I agree. That's why power should be spread out.
And yet hierarchy always appears. In businesses, in families, in governments, even in activist groups.
Hierarchy based on skill is fine.
But skill is unequal, which means equality is a myth. Someone always decides. The left pretends agreement replaces authority. It doesn't. It just hides who's in charge.
So, what's the alternative? Divine rule?
Number. Moral restraint rooted in something higher than us. Something we don't get to rewrite every generation.
You believe nothing survives without something sacred.
Correct.
History shows the sacred can justify horrible things.
And secular power has killed even more people. The problem isn't belief, it's belief without limits. Religion accepts that humans are flawed. Secular ideologies assume progress will fix us.
So you think liberalism is naive?
I think it runs on moral fuel it didn't create. It borrows from Christianity, then pretends it doesn't exist.
Let me sum up your view. You think nations, culture, and morality must be rooted, not chosen. Identity is inherited, not acted.
Yes,
And you think the left destroys meaning in the name of inclusion.
exactly.
From my side, I believe meaning forced from the past becomes oppression. I'd rather risk emptiness than hierarchy justified by God or ancestry.
And that's the divide. You believe humans can endlessly negotiate meaning. I believe humans need limits they didn't create. You see identity as freedom from roots. I see roots as what make freedom worth protecting. That's why we look at the same world. Migration, culture, power, and reach different conclusions. And it's not because one of us is evil, it's because we answer one question differently. Is man the highest authority, or does something stand above him?
All right, let me push this to the edge. If protecting national identity matters so much, who doesn't belong? Do we deport people and send them back to their roots? How far back do we go? In Australia, do we send immigrants back first? Then why not send white Australians back to Europe? Leave Australia only to Aboriginal Australians? Same with America. If we go back to when Europeans arrived and fought Native Americans, would you send the settlers back then? Or are you only saying this because you know how history turned out? Are we protecting nations or just freezing them once it's convenient?
That's a fair question, and here's the honest answer. No, none of that is possible, and no serious conservative believes it is. We don't live in the 1600s. We don't live in 1788. We don't even live in 1950. The world is global now. People are connected. Families are mixed. Whole generations grew up multicultural, including me. Trying to rewind history or deport millions would require massive violence. It would destroy the civilization we're trying to protect. That's not conservatism. That's delusion.
So the line is random.
Number. The line is about time, not race. Conservatism isn't about undoing the past. It's about stopping uncontrolled change once stability exists. Every nation reaches a point where it says, this is who we are now, and we're going to protect it. Not because the past was perfect, but because endless change destroys continuity.
Why not keep changing forever?
Because culture isn't infinite. Identity can only stretch so far. At first, immigration feels exciting. New food, new ideas, new stories. But when the host culture starts losing its language, its shared rules, its moral expectations, its sense of ownership, people don't feel enriched anymore. They feel replaced, not by race, but by culture.
So what's the solution?
Simple, but hard. You stop the tap. You don't deport people. You don't rewind history. You don't try to purify anything. You pause it, you close the borders. Not forever, but long enough to stabilize identity. You enforce assimilation seriously. Shared language, shared laws, shared civic rules. Loyalty to the nation. No parallel cultures. No special moral exemptions. Then maybe decades later, you let a small number in, only if the nation truly needs it. Because every person is like a drop of colored paint in a bucket. One drop blends in, too many colors, and the bucket never looks the same again.
That metaphor will get you in trouble.
Probably, but it's honest. A nation isn't a hotel, it's not a blank canvas, and it's not an experiment with no end date. Preservation isn't hatred. Selection isn't violence. Limits aren't cruelty. They're how anything meaningful survives.
So your position isn't send people back. It's stop before there's nothing left to protect.
Exactly. The left asks, who are we excluding? The right asks, what are we losing? You prioritize openness. I prioritize continuity. You fear injustice through borders. I fear collapse through erosion. That's the difference.
And you don't think that fear is just nostalgia?
Number, I think it's memory, and civilization doesn't survive without it.